started on a windless night in northern Oregon, when the forest felt heavier than usual. The trees stood silent, no chirps, no rustles, absolute suppression. I remember my dog, Mora, froze mid-step, her hackles rising as if the air itself had teeth. Something ancient stirred in that silence, unseen but undeniable. I had hiked that path dozens of times, rain or shine. But that night, the world around me seemed rewritten. My footsteps barely echoed, as if the earth refused to acknowledge I was there. An electric dread slid down my spine before my mind could name it. Mora. I whispered her name, and that's when the forest exhaled, a gust that reeked of iron and damp moss. The fog thickened around the trunks like it wanted to hide something. Mora growled low, vibrating against the leash, eyes locked ahead where nothing moved. But my instincts whispered, turn back. 10 minutes later, disobediently curious, I moved on. The world felt stretched, as if distance disobeyed time. Every step looked the same. The path that once bent left now looped right, folding reality into a quiet labyrinth. Somewhere behind me, dry leaves crackled in rhythm with my pulse. I stopped and scanned every shadow, but the forest remained maddeningly still. The sound came again, 2 steps forward, 1 step pause, mirroring mine. Mora barked violently, spinning circles, trying to face all directions at once. My rational side began to erode, inch by inch. When her growl cut off mid-breath, I felt it, the weight of something shifting. The forest's geometry rearranged itself before my eyes. A tree that should have been 10 feet away stood suddenly close, its bark breathing mist. I could swear reality itself blinked. I remember clutching her leash, whispering to keep calm, but she trembled with electric fear. The air shimmered, like heat over asphalt, but in cold moonlight. Then everything went silent again, the kind that makes your heart sound like... I turned back the way we came, except there was no trail anymore. The landmarks had rearranged, warped. The old oak stump was gone. Mora looked right at me, and I saw understanding, a terrified acknowledgement that we were somewhere else entirely. I started walking faster, each step echoing in a dimensionless cage. The night stretched longer than it should. My flashlight flickered, catching glimpses of fog that moved like liquid hands. Something unseen trailed at the edge of the beam, always just out of focus. He barked once and lunged toward the left, leash jerking my arm. I followed blindly, and stepped into what felt like static. My vision split for half a second, I saw everything duplicated, layered. The air crackled like broken radio signals. Then, nothing but dark. When I opened my eyes, dawn light bled through the trees. My watch said only 15 minutes had passed. My phone's compass spun uncontrollably. Mora refused to move. I finally found my car parked exactly where I'd left it, but it wasn't just relief that hit me. The vehicle was covered in a thin layer of frost, though the night hadn't been cold. The engine clicked like it had been running for hours. None of it added up. Back home, I tried to rationalize it, anxiety, darkness, disorientation. I replayed it in my mind 1,000 times. But when I looked at Mora's fur, I discovered something terrifying, small patches slightly singed, as though she'd brushed against electricity that shouldn't exist. At night, I replayed the footage from my body camera. Most of it was static, lines of light warping across the lens. But between 2 distorted frames, I saw a tall silhouette bent unnaturally low, reflective eyes piercing blue-white in the dark. Then the file corrupted. Experts I consulted said interference caused it, no big deal. Mora never quite returned to normal. She refused to enter dark rooms, growled at reflections, and stared at empty corners like they breathed. I caught myself doing the same, a shared paranoia between species. Animal instinct turned human is a curse you can't switch off. Weeks passed, but I couldn't ignore the feeling of repetition. Objects in the house moved subtly overnight, centimeters at most, yet enough to confirm it wasn't memory error. The reality glitch followed me home, embedded in ordinary life like a parasite. One evening, the static returned. This time through every electronic device I owned, phone, TV, speaker, all humming in unison. When I unplugged everything, the hum persisted from inside the walls. Mora whined in panic, circling me like a warning beacon. Then, something impossible occurred. The living room lights dimmed, and for an instant, the room around me inverted, dark became light, light became void. I saw the same towering figure standing behind my reflection in the window. It leaned closer until the glass frosted from its breath. When it vanished, Mora collapsed, trembling violently but alive. I knew then it wasn't madness. Something dimensional had noticed me, marked me. The instinct I had in those woods was survival coding firing before awareness could comprehend. I reached out online, found forums filled with similar whispers, people who'd walked into time skips, silence gaps, reality distortions. Every one of them described that same electrical dread, the same animal reaction before the phenomenon occurred. Called it the instinct precursor, a biological trigger against unseen anomalies. Animals sense them before we can define them. It's not spiritual, not supernatural, they believed it's physics bleeding through overlapping timelines. The theory haunted me, that sometimes, creatures like us momentarily phase between versions of our world. The static, the cold light, the duplication, it wasn't hauntings, it was misalignment. A cosmic flicker in the simulation fabric. Here's the part no one explains. When the glitch resolves, it seems to choose what remains consistent, and what disappears. That might explain the missing hikers, the lost dogs, the people who just vanish mid-walk. Maybe the system deletes the outliers. Some nights, I test the air, trying to catch that ionized taste again. Sometimes I feel it, faint, like humidity with intent. Mora feels it too. She presses against my leg, eyes darting as if she already knows history might rewrite at any second. I stopped seeking answers after a message appeared on my laptop. Only one line typed itself, slow and deliberate, do not look for the echo. I never connected my keyboard. It stayed unplugged. Since then, my devices glitch randomly, random timestamps, distorted time zones, even reverse text in photos. The anomalies align with nights Mora cries in her sleep. I started wondering if animals dream of the spaces between worlds. Each time I almost forget, the world corrects me. Doors close silently. Lights flicker 3 times at midnight, no source electricity. And always, that scent of cold iron returns moments before silence envelopes everything again. Followed the silence once more, just to confirm I wasn't delusional. Outside, the air shimmered faintly. For half a breath, I saw the forest again, even though I was standing on my porch. Space shifted, and every cell in me recognized the danger again. Mora bolted inside, refusing to come back out. She knew before I did that the glitch hadn't ended, it had only followed us home. And when the static rises now, I no longer fight it. I stand still, waiting for the blink. They say fear is primal, born to protect us. But what if fear itself is the only thing anchoring us to this timeline? Maybe once instinct goes dull, reality decides you no longer belong here. The nights are quiet now, eerily calm. Mora sleeps soundly, though sometimes wakes growling at corners where shadows ripple like dark water. I whisper to the unseen, pretending I don't know they're listening. And in those moments before sleep, I hear it, the echo of that same step following mine, matching my heartbeat perfectly. Maybe the glitch didn't take me that night. Maybe it's still deciding. If you ever feel your skin crawl for no reason, don't ignore it. Don't rationalize it. It's not fear, it's recognition. Your animal instinct knows what your eyes can't see,